if you could wave the magic Szczerbiak wand, because I believe you do come from a family of magicians, and by waving that wand, you could make one thing and only one thing happen that would change the course of Knick basketball positively. What would you do? What would you'd wave the wand?
In the past?
No, right now, today, you're going to wave the Szczerbiak wand.
Okay.
And go, poof. What's the one thing that has to happen to get the Knicks going in the right direction again? You can fire, hire, trade, whatever.
They have to. I wouldn't mind trading for a guy like LeBron James, even at this point in his career.
It's got to be realistic. It's magic.
Okay. No, get the first or second pick in the draft with the lottery.
And who would you take?
Lonzo Ball or the kid out of Washington?
Yes, they're both good, but I just think Lonzo Ball is the type of guy that would elevate other guys around here. And, his dad is tough. So I think he could handle the critics here in New York. He's been used to.
Oh, his dad would be screaming at the critics. He'd be screaming at you. What the hell? Szczerbiak doesn't know anything.
But his son can handle it. So you need a guy that can handle that stuff. But he's a pretty special talent, and the Knicks need a point guard.
Derrick Rose not going to be here next year.
We'll see.
He's not going to be here next year.
Don't be shocked. I don't think he will be either, but don't be shocked.
You got to give him a 5-year, $135 million.
That's what he's going to get. His numbers, he's averaging 18 plus.
With a no trade clause.
Tell you what, though, if you want to see the potential Knick guard of the future, they're the 3 seed in the South. That's UCLA, 24-9. They play Kent State, the 14 seed. Forget about the number 1s because it's easy to go chalk, and take out the number 2s. From 3s on, give me a team that's got the best shot to make a little run.
UCLA. I think they were seated lower than they should have been. I love the Pac-12 teams. UCLA, Oregon, and Arizona. If Oregon didn't have that major injury to Chris Boucher just last week, they would have been my national championship pick.
Okay.
I also like Notre Dame at a 5. Mike Bray has been in the Elite 8 2 straight years. I think he gets there again. And those are the teams I trust.
What do you make out of Duke's conference tournament play? Surprising to you or no?
No, because they put Frank Jackson in the starting lineup and got Grayson Allen out of the starting lineup.
So they got Duke in the area where Baylor is. So Duke's the 2, Baylor's the 3.
Baylor's a bad 3, so that's a good draw for Duke.
Of course, it's always a good draw for Duke.
But then Duke would end up having to meet Villanova.
Yes, in the Garden.
In the Garden here.
By the way,
that would be an epic matchup.
You can book right now.
If that happens.
You can book it right now that Duke is in the Sweet 16.
Oh, yeah.
I
no
mean,
question.
It is a lock. And then you just got to beat either Baylor or probably SMU.
Now, what about now? Princeton was undefeated in the Ivy League, but they're 8-6 out of conference and all that other stuff. Won the first Ivy League ever tournament at the end of the season this past weekend. They're against Mike Bray and Notre Dame.
Yeah, and Mike Bray and Notre Dame, they're not overwhelmingly big and dominant physically. So Princeton's going to be able to match up and compete with them, and it's all going to be about that's a good Princeton team, and that's a pretty good matchup for them.
And that coach, the coach of Princeton, was on one of those Pete Carrill teams that had one of those major upset runs.
I think it was right? 07 or 05.
What do you take out of something like that? I mean, obviously it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing to have the experience and the coach that's been through it and everything else, and he knows how to handle his players.
I've always been a believer that I wanted my coaches to play. I think you relate more with a coach when they did play previously, and he's obviously had success with that in the tournament and with that team. So,
are you doing any games this year, or are you all studio?
I am all studio.